Oh, you're back! Can you beat the clock, or will you crumble like a 4-day-old donut? Let's find out in the Quick 50. Engage! What group released the album Appetite for Destruction? Guns N' Roses. Who directed the classic 1964 film Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb? Stanley Kubrick. Which British author created the character Hercule Poirot? Agatha Christie. What do bees collect and use to make honey? Nectar. Pollen serves as a protein source for the colony, but is not directly used in the honey-making process. What is the only US state that grows coffee commercially? Hawaii. Which artist released the hit song Crazy in Love in 2003? Beyoncé. What part of the body does an otologist specialize in? Ear. Which band had a resurgence in the late 80s with Cult of Personality? Living Colour. What was the name of the 2018 documentary that explored the life of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg? RBG. Which famous scientist is buried in Westminster Abbey near Isaac Newton? Stephen Hawking. What was the name of the popular TV series about a high school glee club? Glee. Which pop star accidentally set fire to her home gym with candles? Britney Spears. What is the capital city of Iceland? Reykjavik. Which famous female scientist won 2 Nobel Prizes in different scientific fields? Marie Curie. Who is known as the Queen of Soul? Aretha Franklin. Which US state is known as the Land of 10,000 Lakes? Minnesota. Which artist is known for melting clocks in his surrealist painting, The Persistence of Memory? Salvador Dali. What is the term for animals that are active at night? Nocturnal. What is the only number spelled with the same number of letters as its value? 4. In what year did the Berlin Wall fall? (1989). What American band had hits like Drive and You Might Think in the 80s? The Cars. What was the name of the popular TV series that followed the lives of a group of advertising executives in the 1960s? Mad Men. Which vitamin is primarily obtained from sunlight? Vitamin D. What was the name of the movement that began in 2011 to protest economic inequality? Occupy Wall Street. Which country invented ice cream? China, brought to Italy by Marco Polo. Which band was fronted by Bret Michaels? Poison. What does Hakuna Matata mean? No worries or no trouble. What is the best-selling book of all time? The Bible. What was the first movie Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan co-starred in? Joe versus the volcano. What was the first product to have a barcode scanned in a store? A pack of Wrigley's Juicy Fruit gum. What is the name of the tallest mountain in the world? Mount Everest. What is the name of the smallest country in the world? Vatican City. What kind of animal is Punxsutawney Phil? A groundhog. Who penned the 2018 autobiography Becoming? Michelle Obama. Which country is the largest in the world? Russia. What gas do plants absorb from the atmosphere during photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide. Which pop star is the godmother of both of Elton John's sons? Lady Gaga. What is the name for a word or phrase that is the same forwards and backwards? Palindrome. What modern-day items made cameos in the final season of Game of Thrones? A Starbucks cup and a plastic water bottle. Which famous explorer completed the first circumnavigation of the globe, though he died before the journey ended? Ferdinand Magellan. Which metal is liquid at room temperature? Mercury. On Lost, a commercial jet from what fictional airline crashed on a seemingly deserted island? Oceanic Airlines. What do the Olympic rings represent? The 5 inhabited continents. Which pop star was Judge Judy's neighbor? Justin Bieber. What video game was the first ever to be played in space? Tetris. When was the World Wide Web first introduced to the public? (1993). Who was the first Disney princess? Snow White. What was the federal minimum wage for most of the 1990s? $4.25. What is the Grinch's dog's name? Max. Coffee heiress Abigail Folger was one of the victims of which criminal? Charles Manson. The fact that you lasted this long suggests you might be evolving. Celebrate your questionable progress. Like and subscribe before your brain reverts back to its inert state of doom scrolling. Thanks for stopping by. Melvin out. Congratulations, you survived. Now let's see if your attention span can stretch to one more. Choose wisely.